Hello everyone, hope you're having a fantastic day. Today we're going to do the Rising event. Let's not dilly-dally anymore. The quest starts out in Limsa from the Wandering Minstrel, if I recall correctly, who is out here by the Aftcastle. So let's head on over. I recall last year they did some special stuff for the 10th anniversary event, where they had some extra like 1.0 and Louis Swa lore that we actually were able to do. I believe I made videos for those as well. Anyway, let's talk to the Wandering Minstrel here, and get started. Rising to the call. The Wandering Minstrel seeks an adventurer both willing and able to help put the finishing touches to this year's Rising celebrations. Of all the coincidences, you will hardly believe it, but I was just this very moment reminiscing of the time you lent me your strength, a 12-month past. Let's see, I believe we helped him out with a new adventure in Ul'dah, and it turned out that he was the brother of some other person, and then we helped them understand that, or we helped the boy understand that she just wanted the best for him, or something like that. And the Wandering Minstrel was involved in all that. You see, I again find myself in pressing need of an adventurer's aid, just as I did last Rising. Oh, if only Aurelian were here, I thought to myself, and here you are. Well then, what do you say? Shall we clasp arms once more? I mean, if I want to get my Cryol minion, I better do it. My thanks. The matter is, I have been approached by a lady named Ayoyo, who wishes to imprint her own inimitable mark upon the skies above Limsa Luminsa. I speak, of course, of the fireworks that illuminate these rising nights. Learning of my contribution to the previous year's festivities, she has enlisted me to her cause. We already have the ear of the organization committee, however. Lady Ayoyo... Wait. Yeah, that's right, okay. Lady Ayoyo has expressed a strong desire to consult with storied adventurer before finalizing her proposal. Come to the Yellow Jackets guardhouse at the base of the Coral Tower, and I will introduce you. Alright, let's head on over there. That's the... Okay, yeah. That's the Marauders Guild. Like, who calls it the Yellow Jacket headquarters? It's the Marauder Guild. Of course, and of course now it's... Oh, he did just say the base, so I guess he meant the bottom floor. To the secret training grounds of the Yellow Jackets. Lady Ayoyo, our one storied adventurer, as promised. Yeah, so I'm like Brilliant Mason, and I went to the Edge of Creation and stuff. Lessons of the 12 upon ye. Name's Ayoyo, Cannoneer First Class with the Yellow Jackets. So honored to have you on aboard. I'm gonna keep switching between some sort of accents, I don't know. I'm going to be inconsistent with her accent. Did I mention that it is the Yellow Jackets who are in charge of this year's festivities? Not only in decorating of these fair Luminsan streets, but in designing and constructing the fireworks that brighten the skies above them. Lady Ayoyo here is quite the savant in all matters incendiary and explosive. Well, she did just introduce, but she did just introduce herself as a cannoneer, so I'd hope she's at least decent with explosions. Lady Ayoyo here is quite the savant in all matters incendiary and explosive, and so it has fallen to her to formulate a plan for the display's crowning glory. Me and the other lads and lassies of the Cannoneers whipped up a load of livery little drakes, snakes, and devils for the Moonfire Fair, but more of the same ain't gonna cut it for this rising. 'Cause it's all about remembering those we lost in the calamity, ain't it? Them and theirs deserve something a mite specialer than a bunch of old bangers. An admirable sentiment, I'm sure. It would not do for our ode to such poignant memories to be aught less than memorable. Let us make this year's rising one that citizens of this fair realm will not soon forget. Took the words right out of me mouth, dearie. Thing is, I haven't hardly set foot out of Leminza in all my days. I don't reckon I'm best pleased to know what's going through the minds of the citizens of their fair realm. That is so not the accent I should be using with her, but because of all the dropped consonants at the beginning of the words, that's just the accent I end up going to. And so you would like to pick an adventurous brain, one who has journeyed far and wide across the land we love, and knows it and its people intimately. Yet before we call upon your particular wisdom, mayhap it would behoove us to seek out a wider range of opinions. Many and more look to the skies come rising of night, and the thoughts that run through their minds are no doubt as diverse. Let us learn them. Okay, so basically you're saying I should go question the locals. You know, typical adventure stuff. Sounds like a plan. That's the complete different accent. Sounds like a plan. Mind if I join you, dearie? Could do with learning some of those thoughts myself. Guess I could give her a slightly higher version of the accent. Right then. Where's the best to start asking around? Some place a lot of outsiders gather, I reckon. How about the bar? Oh, about we meet in Aetherite Plaza down in Lord. I don't think you want to talk to those people. Just trust me. I don't think those are the opinions you're looking for. While you two are so engaged, allow me to continue our discussion with the organizing committee. I shall await you by the Aftcastle. Well, looks like we just gotta go talk to everyone. You know, like usual. Let's head on over to Aetherite Plaza. Again, I don't think those are the locals that you want to be questioning. I think you're gonna find some interesting individuals there. Well, at least we're not going to the quicksand, right? Am I right? Who are we gonna talk to first? Well, first we gotta meet up with our yo-yo. You see them lights down a what? Oh, it's Hawker's Alley, right? Hawker's Alley, dearie. Decorations for the festival they are. Every year when the streets are all decked out for the rising, me art flutters with, well, all kinds of feelings. Sorrow, pride, regret. But enough about me. We came here to find out how the other folks feel about it. Let's split up, head down the alley and ask a few likely looking customers each. We're on schedule here, so don't go asking every single soul you see. 4 or 5 should do you. I'll meet you down with the ferry docks when you're done. Alright, sounds good to me. Let's go question some locals. Who are we gonna start off with? How about Swazzleblist? Bleat. You know, typical Roganin name. Welcome. May I interest you in this fine morning? Well, actually, I had some questions for you. Ah, information, is it? Well, if you really must know, the whizzing and banging that fills the air this season always takes me back to the time just before the calamity struck. A great festival was held to celebrate the reformation of the grand companies. People in the streets were hooting and hollering and setting off fire spouts, and all the ships in the bay, now bedecked in maelstrom colors, let loose their cannons. It seems so foolish now, knowing what was soon to befall us, but all the noise served a purpose nonetheless, drowning out the fear that ever whispered in our ears, and the moon that was getting closer and closer and bigger in the sky. It is my firm belief that the rising fireworks serve the same purpose even now. They present a vision of loveliness, of togetherness, that we might forget our fears and be given hope for a brighter future. Alright. That's an interesting perspective. I obviously, that's some 1.0 lore that the Grand Companies had been refounded. Because I believe there was, if I recall correctly, that is actually what happened, I think, in the quest story. I say, if I recall correctly, like I was there. Anyway, it looks like we actually missed someone in that section, but let's go and talk to this middle-aged mariner. The streets are full of life, the sky's full of fire, and the westerly winds fill in our seafarer sails, as it does our hearts. Ah, I couldn't have picked a better time to come home. You a sailor too, are you? No, not really. Only when I go ocean fishing. Helping with the fireworks, you say? Good on you, lass. I have a few memories back then, if you're ear to ear for 'em. I'm a merchant seaman, you see. Always sailing hither and thither across the waves. Was just back from a trip to Radzeton when the calamity struck. Everyone was looking up to the sky, and that loathsome lantern that hung low in it. Yep, the giant moon. Like most folks, I don't remember much of what happened in the days before or after it fell, and I'll never forget those faces. And that's what I love so much about the fireworks. You see, the same faces looking up, but this time with a smile. Reminds you not only, the bad times, but how we got over them. Well, that's pretty interesting. I think it looks like we missed someone over here. Oh, no, we didn't. I just got the map backwards. Let's see where this third person is. Actually, we got 2 more people over here, right? Got Miss Lady S here. Looks like it should be a Rogan name. All right, here. Anything I can do for you? Actually, I want to talk about some fireworks. You're asking for people's thoughts on the rise in fireworks? Heh. Would have thought a great hero like you would have had better things to do with your time. But I suppose that's what makes you a hero, eh? Helping people out whichever way you can. Except that I literally and physically cannot change that because in the Dark Knight, like in the Dark Knight story, we had the dark version of ourselves. Just saying, why are you helping them? And we were just like, I can't help it. Let's see, yeah, we read this. Well, I'm like most people, I suppose. I think of those I lost. My parents, most of all. I wonder if they're watching too. Swum up from the bottom of the ethereal sea to see all crashing and banging's about. I can assure you that is not what they are doing. I've been there, trust me. It's complicated, I suppose. I feel sad that they're gone, but happy I'm not, and grateful to Baradin saving me so many others. I don't know who that name. If they are watching, I hope they can see me too. See that I'm doing all right for myself, and that they might sleep soundly for another 12 months. That's nice. Now, who's the last person we need to talk to here? Where are they? It says that there's someone else here, but I don't see them. Oh, there we go. A misty-eyed skygazer. Can you see them too, my love? I'm not your love. You're involved with the fireworks, and want to know what I think of them? Well, just now, I was wondering if they can be seen from far out in the offing. Do you know? I don't know. What's the offing? I see. The reason I ask is that my husband is out there now. He meant to be back by rising night, but it seems the tide didn't turn in his favor. He was so looking forward to the fireworks. Oh, what was he looking forward to? Like, maybe I can get some ideas. I do hope that he can see them from where he is, that we can share them together, no matter how far apart we might be. That is my only request to you, that you make the finale as bright and boisterous as you can, that all who cannot be together this rising might still share in its message. I think we can do that. Anyway, that was the last of them. Let's head on over to the ferry dock. That's over here, right? Yep. Let's head on over there. Guess I should have just taken the little eighth right there. I didn't see it. Alright, where is Yo-Yo-Yo? That's not the name. It looks like we gotta wait at the convenient destination. But is it the final destination? Wait, that's trademarked. There she is. Just noticed the carbuncle earrings. Sorry to keep you waiting, dearie. What did you find out? That's a slightly better accent. Same here. Was half expecting him to just like looking at the pretty lights, but it seems the feeling runs a lot deeper than that. The memories of the calamities still sit heavy in their hearts, but the rising fireworks go some way to lifting that weight. So any ideas for the grand display? What kind of thing do you reckon help lift those spirits the most? Something grand and flashy that reminds people of the past, that gives people the hope for the future. Let's see, so... One person wanted it bright. Several people talked about the past. But I think we should hope for the future. Maybe we want to sing another song of hope. Oops. Ah, come on. Rising ain't just about more than those we lost, after all. It's all about remembering the struggles of those who survived to steer us to a brighter future. Aye, that's it. That's what Limsa needs this rising. Ships, cannons, a departure salute. Not just for the fallen, but for those setting sail for unknown shores. A vision of the past and of the future. And all bleeding armada, filling the Gladian Bay, lighting up the very heavens. Who wouldn't want to watch that? Sounds good to me. Bunch of cannons firing and everything. You know, lots of explosions. That's settled then. Ah, the minster's gonna love it. He said he'd be up by the Aftcastle, right? I'll see you there. I still can't get her accent right. Now, there are 2 quests for this this event, and this is probably going to wrap up the first one. Yeah, this will wrap up the first one, but then the second one's the one that's actually going to give us the cryo minion. Anyway, let's head on over to the Aftcastle. Probably right where he was before. Yep. Like to yo-yo first. Gotta get all the extra dialogue. Let's see now. 1,500 weight of fire sand and 500 yams from the shore. Reckon we're gonna need more ships. Well, probably. Didn't you say we were gonna have a bunch of ships? Our intrepid adventurer returns, and positively bursting with inspiration, I take it. I already told the yo-yo what I thought, so I think she passed it on already? I see. A traditional seafaring salute, not only to the memories of the fallen, but to the future fortune of those who follow in their wake. A most fitting proposal, I'm sure. Thanks to the both of ye, but our work ain't done yet. There's lots that need sorting out before we can put this idea into action. So much to do, so little time. If you wouldn't mind helping us a little longer, dearie, I'd be forever in your debt. Let me know when you got your loins good and girdled. Excuse me, why are you talking about my loins? Okay, let's talk to Wandering Minstrel first. A display of such grandeur is not merely a matter of crafting the fireworks proper. We shall require the cooperation of a great many people, several of whom may be less than disposed to offer it. We who are about to set sail salute you. I forgot to read the title on the first quest, I think. And there's the cryo minion. Oh yeah, this is a brushed up cryo, because we already have a regular cryo minion, but now we're getting a Dawn Trail version with their Pictomancer outfit. Yo-Yo asks for your continued assistance in seeing her plan for the rising fireworks realized. Right then, let's get started, shall we, dearie? The plan is, we're going to line up fleet of ships across the bay and have them fire a broadside into the sky. But before we go finding our fleet, we need to get the plan approved by the organizing committee, and that means convincing the Commodore Rainer. Which one is he again? I don't remember. We'll see. I'll take the lead, but I ain't exactly got the silvery's tongue. No more experience nobbling with the higher-ups. If you two see me struggling, put in a word, won't you? Of course, my lady. Your cause is ours. Thank you, my dearies. Together, then, to Coral Tower. Yep. Let's head on back to the Marauders Guild, because nobody calls it the Coral Tower. Does it even call itself the Coral Tower? Yeah, it does, except everyone calls it the Marauders Guild. Anyway, let's head out over to the 8th right there. Looks like she's right outside. Let's see. Yep, there she is. Well, actually, yeah, they're both there. I'll do Yo-Yo first. Commodore Boehner worked his way up the ranks, all for the way from rock bottom to the tippity top. Was he also hitting rocks like in the Marauder quests? He knows the workings of the thalassocracy in and out, so any flaws in our proposal and I'll see right through them. Last I had the privilege of meeting with the Commodore was around the time of the Calamity. I had been arrested for a conspiracy to incite rebellion. Yeah, that sounds about right. Naturally, it was all a misunderstanding. Some other scareless soul had been singing songs of sedition. I forget how to say this. If not for Raynor and his relentless pursuit of the truth, I might still be lingering in the brig. He's a shrewd investigator who will book no equivocation. Shall we then? Alright, let's go talk to the Commodore. Oh, this is going to be a full-on cutscene, okay. Oh, I was thinking it was a completely different person. I was thinking it was going to be one of the ship captains that really control this place. Wanted to make the Rising display special, I can fathom, but the sheer scale of this proposal is beyond anything I imagined. A Yo-Yo, need I remind you that the first duty of the Yellow Jackets is keeping the peace? But she's like an explosive expert, so that's like the complete opposite of what you want to do. Also, we're trying to do the fireworks, so... Filling the bay with ships will not only disturb the daily workings of the harbor, but it's sure to ferment agitation among the commons. Knowing this, do you still mean to persevere with this outlandish plan? Of course. Explosions are great. I do, Commodore. Every Luminsian art, every Eorzean art, still bears the scars of the Calamity. All that loss, that hardship, that struggle, it cut deep. But the Rising ain't about just looking to the past. It's about looking to the future, too. And if it's our duty to watch over folk, keep 'em in the straight and narrow like, I reckon it's our duty to see 'em off on another year's journey, too. Well put. I accept your intentions are pure, but what about the logistics? I trust you have a plan as to who exactly will be providing and paying for this fleet of yours. She's a Lala. She's got all the stuff with money figured out and already. Yes, Commodore. We're going to petition the Maelstrom for the flagship and the rest from, the Black Sails. Is that the right plan? Of course. One is wont to forget that those buccaneering souls remain bound to serve the Maelstrom in times of necessity. Lady Ayoyo would have us parley with the 3 great pirate captains and remind them of their civic duty, it seems. Yeah. Aye, that's right. The pirates answered the Admiral's call back when the moon was fallen, fought and died at Cartanu, same as the rest of us. Well, except you've never left Limsa, so I don't know how you could possibly have fought in Cartanu. When they hear about our plan to salute all those who fell and those all who didn't, I don't doubt they'll answer the call again. Somehow I don't think that'll be the case. I wish you all the luck in the world in recruiting those rogues to your cause. You shall need it. Very well then, allow me to arrange the parley. Should you succeed in this feat, you may consider all my remaining doubts answered. I bid you remember that you go and speak with the pirates, lawless marauders all. Pray that you do not say aught to offend them, lest we find ourselves with a mutiny on our hands. Yeah, I'm used to it by now. I mean, all you have to do with that one woman is make sure not to mention anything related to men, and you'll be good. I forget what her name is. Or at least I think those are the people we're going to be talking with. I shall have the Maelstrom summon the leaders of the 3 factions to the anchor yard. Pray go there and to complete your preparations. Alright. I suspect this isn't going to go as smoothly as you might expect, but we'll figure it out. We are here to parley with pirates. Truly, life is but a succession of unexpected events. Right, Yo-Yo? Very unexpected. Cheers for sticking with me, you two. I hope I can count on you for your support next to settle negotiations and all. Right. Of course, my lady. Alas, I fear the captains, those far-famed scourges of the seas, will prove rather less biddable partners than the Commodore Raynor here did. While Rosen of the Sanguine Sirens may be swayed by emotion, Carvalin of the Kraken Arms is much more mercenary mind. The executioners, meanwhile, value honor and glory above all else. Well, executioners, we can just talk to Sigard. The first one, we can just mention that there's going to be a guy there who she might meet a guy, well, during the whole thing. And then the Carvalian, we'll just blackmail him about his father and his lineage. I think those are the 3 people we're dealing with. If there is aught that unites them, it's a zealous spirit. Let us argue with passion, that we might inflame theirs. If it's passion you're after, I've got that in bleeding bucket loads. But I might need you two to jump in again, because me tongue decides to tie itself in a half inch. Okay, whatever. Just say the first thing that comes to your heads, and I'll pick up after, right? Yeah, maybe you should just let me do the talking. Come on then, dearies. Let's head over to the anchor yard and get this parley started. Oh, let's head on over to the anchor yard. Where is that anyway? Okay, I should probably take the Aftcastle Aetheryte. Maybe save a tiny bit of time. I think the only other time we've come in over here for MSQ is like 5.4 or 5.3. One of the post Shadowbringers. Yeah, it would have to be 5.4 or 5.5. Also, this is the wrong way. Yeah, you gotta go over that way. Because I believe it was like the end, near the end, like with Gabu or something. I honestly don't remember. Alright, well, we got a bunch of people here. Let's wait at the convenient destination. Are we going to be filling up this entire bay with ships? That's going to mess up trade for sure. Yep, these are the 2 people I was thinking of. Now where's Sigard for the bloody executioners? Or is someone else going to represent them? Thanks for coming. The reason we asked you here is... the Maelstrom's summons laid it out for us loud and clear. You want us to help with your rising fireworks? And the answer is no. When we Sirens fire a broadside, it's to send our enemies to the bottom of the briny, not to paint a pretty picture of the sky for drylanders to gawp at. We've better things to do with our time, of course. You mean like be single? Just a rare occurrence, to be sure, but I find that my opinion aligns with Rosewind's. Our time is precious, as I'm sure is yours. Let's hasten to draw these discussions to a close. Hey, so how about your parentage? Might want to bring that up. I should put it bluntly. I see no profit in this endeavor. Of course it's about profit. For myself or my men. So unless there is anything else. No profit? How sad that the great Calverian should lose his nose for coin. You would put the Admiral and the Yellow Jackets in your debt. Why, it is a perfect opportunity to forge a deeper bond with No! Let's just go with the first one. I don't know what the quote right answer would be. I did not come here to be insulted. If you know of a method by which the Krakens might stand to gain from this, and I do not, then state it, or else hold your tongue, or better yet, allow me to hold it for you. The sheer scale of the spectacle we propose would no doubt draw all the lords and ladies of the realm to gather in the city, personages of high renown and deep pockets. I like the sound of that. Aye, and if they saw you lot working in with the maelstrom, it'd do wonders for your public image. Folks normally wouldn't touch a pirate with a barge pole to be quilling. Been quayin', I don't know what that's supposed to. Oh, queuing, okay. Be queuing up to do business with you. I do believe you have a point. Poorly phrased though it might be. To win legitimate business, one must project an image of legitimate businessman. Sod your image, and sod anyone who's too ill-livered to trade with us. They can stick their barge poles up their backsides. What's in it for the sirens? Well, you can meet a guy. If you want to consider them customers, consider them quarry. Don't you want to bring joy to the masses? Nope. Calverian's in. Don't you want to be together? Again, that might get a really funny response, but I don't think it's the right answer. Let's just go with that. Ha! You do realize our days of pillaging every ship that we see is long gone. Quarry me arse. The sanguine sirens ain't all about the pirating life though, are you? You're one or I can't pronounce that. All more shores for the sick and injured, and those with child. Keep themselves busy with odd jobs such come their way. I didn't know they actually did that. Them your hunters. But them's your hunters and the folk who are drawn to the city to see grand display of your quarry. Ah, I see where you're going with this. Get the girls to set up stalls selling food and grog and the like, and they'd be making a killing. That's not what we were proposing, but that works. Providing they'll add all the right permits from the Yellow Jackets. You're a shrewd one, you. Maybe I could lend him a hand. Myself. They do say the best way to a man's heart is through his Right. What about the executioners? There's no dishonor in linking arms with Admiral Merrowweb and the Maelstrom, surely. You, Yellow Jacket, I want you to tell me one thing, and tell it true. This is Limbs the Mensa, the greatest port in all the realm. You can find this fleet of yours without our help, yet you've come here begging for it. Why? Because I reckon you're the ones who need the rising most. The back sails only came together because of Cardinal. You could have up anchored and sailed off into the sunset, but no. You fought like demons on those cursed flats, made heroes of yourselves and martyrs. The way I see it, it's only right that those that lost the most when they stood to gain the least should be the ones to fire salute to the departed. And a saluting to the departing too. The calamity changed the lives of you pirates more than anyone. If anyone could be celebrating new beginnings, it's those whose new beginnings already begun. That's an interesting way of putting it. So it's all for our own good, is it? I'm heading back to Astelisa. Send word when you've hammered out all the details of this display of yours. We'll see what we can do. That was a lot easier to convince him. Aye, aye, Captain. Captain. Can't rightly say no to you now, can I? We lost a lot of good people back in Cartanu. Let's send them off all with a bloody great bang. I will join you on one condition, that it is not a date, I mean. That in your reminiscence of trauma past, you will not make a shameful spectacle of yourself. Pray do not force me to restrain you again. That was clearly intentional. I never forced you to do nothing. You'll keep your hands off me, and if you want to keep them, you randy bastard. Oh no, I think she'd be very happy to have his hands on her. I mean, what? Right to the fragile flower, isn't she? Well then, I bid you adieu. My ships will not ready themselves. Well, that went over fairly well. Probably could have been better, but it looks like it worked out. My hearty congratulations to both of you. It was my honor to play a supporting part, but it was your passion for the rising that swayed them. Rather, yo-yos. And breathe. Gods, I was so nervous, I could hardly speak. Thanks so much for chipping in when you did. Could have never gotten them on our side without you. Right then, time to put the finishing touches on the plan of mine. It's gonna be wonderful, I just know it. Oh, and about your reward. I've given it to the minstrel. You can grab it from him. It's a new beginnings, thus, and may the navigator's breath ever fill your sails, except she's dead, but, I mean, that's spoilers. Alright, minstrel, let's wrap this up. You did a great service, my friend, both for Lady Ayoyo and for all who love the rising, myself included. For that, I shall be ever grateful. I expect it shall still be some hours before the preparations for the grand finale are complete. Mayhap we could wait together. As long as you don't start singing, we'll be good. Now we get to watch a great fireworks display. While we wait, would you care to hear a verse that I told you not to sing? While we wait, would you care to hear a verse that has lately come to me? It is a song of celebration, of encouragement, for all those who sail to unknown shores. Pray, lend me your ears. Oh, I guess. I'm not gonna sing this, by the way. Ah, yes, perfect time for a migraine. Oh, are you gonna do the personal thank you thing again? Nope, but we're in the middle of the sea by ourselves. Greetings, warrior of light. Who's this gonna be? It's not the Yoshi P model. Or is it? I can't tell from the back there. This is a world that only exists outside your reality. Could it be a dream? A flight of fancy conjured by your weary mind? Perhaps, or perhaps not. Okay, yeah, it's another one of the, yeah, they've done this before. Tis a pleasure to meet you again. As I have in the past, I've beckoned you here that I might express my gratitude. I still, every single time they do this, I'm just like, can you imagine Blizzard doing something like this? Where they literally have the producer of the game in the game thanking you for playing it. It's like those, it's like at the end of the credits when they give you like a thanks for playing our game kind of thing. The road we have walked has been long and winding, full of perils and pitfalls, but we have enjoyed every step in your company. We hope that you feel the same about this last great leap. With every adventure we undertake, the longer the legacy we leave behind us. Yet a lengthy history need not mean a foreshortened future. Many adventures yet await. We shall continue to chart a course into the great unknown, one that takes in all the diverse wonders this wide world has to offer, that your legacy might grow ever greater. To be certain, it would be less trying task to sleepwalk ever onward down the same well-furrowed path, yet to venture down paths untrodden, believing in the bright and glorious future that lies beyond them, is by far the more rewarding. This is the gift that we wish to deliver unto you, the gift of adventure. And we pray, with all our hearts, that you will continue to walk with us. We thank you for joining us on this journey, heretofore and hereafter. Now, the time has come for this vision to end. Time for your eyes to open from this waking dream. One cannot know what fills the hearts and minds of those to the sky this rising event. Perhaps you and I will see very different images in those explosions of light and color. But one thing I know for certain, that right here, right now, we look to the same sky. And though the paths that lay ahead of us may lead in very different directions, sometime, someplace, they shall cross again. Yeah, probably next year at the next Rising event. And migraine. If only you could just end a migraine like that. Tis almost time for the display to begin. The consummation not only for our labors, but for the thoughts and prayers of the people of this fair city. A salute for the departed, and for those who set sail into the unknown waters. Many adventures yet await you, my friend. May the navigator breath ever fill your sails. There we go. From eastern sea to eastern sky, the sacred sun ascends, and voices stir of wind of waves, of ropes, of sails, of friends, who, like the golden light of dawn that streams across the sea, said sunlit sails for foreign lands, may fortune follow thee. Her journey done, so sinks the sun below the western waves, and to memories stir of friends of yore asleep in watery graves. Let not our voices raised in song disturb our endless sleep, but join in our chorus, and you dream among the deep. An excerpt from an ancient mariner's song, a prayer for the safe return of those who sail over the far horizon, and for peace of those who sleep beneath those same eternal waves. Oops, I was almost reading that as he was continuing. My brain had gotten into reading the poetry into reading the prose, and I was sort of trying to read that rhythmically. It concludes with a wish that the voices of those whose spirits are stirred in anticipation of new adventure reach the ears of those whose adventures ended too soon, that they might be united as one. A fitting sentiment for the rising, methinks. And so I offer you my own heartfelt wish, that even should your adventures carry you beyond the far-flung horizon of this wide world, we should meet once more in the 12 months' time, and look up to the same sky, together. And there's the meteor. We've unlocked the toy chest. Like the toy chest, open toy chest, find an in-room. I already have that unlocked. What are you talking about? Seen to figure. Let's say certain notable personages have been seen to frequent the anchor yard during its rising. Do the same, and you may be greeted with unexpected encounter. Okay. So is there an NPC around here or something? Or, I mean, Wandering Minstrel's there, but... This is the anchor yard, right? Oh, there's right there. Okay, let me click the cryo minion real quick. And go ahead and summon it. There we go. And let's go ahead and do this, and see if we get anything different. A soft westerly wind blows across the anchor yard. Enjoy the sea breeze a while? Sure. Let's see what this is. Your footsteps approaching. You turn to see... Proprietor of the Drowning Wench. I don't care about him. A head chief of the Bismarck. I forget who that is. Marrowweb. And Captain Sickard. And, oh, okay. I wonder if this will pop up if you haven't done, the last part of the... Well, I guess you probably can't get this if you're, if you haven't finished post-Shadowbringers. And then this happens only if you've done the Endwalker Alliance raid. Anyway, I'm gonna try running through all of these, even though it's gonna be a lot of talking, but I'm up to the task. Start with the Proprietor of the Drowning Wench. I didn't start in Limsa, so I don't have much of an attachment to this guy. If it ain't me old pal Brilliant. Here to beg the old bird for guidance too, are you? Not really. That name looks like it should be a Rogadan name, but because of the S, it means it's a Makote from the S tribe. But I'm just gonna call her S because I don't know how to say that. S said you had in this year's fireworks, and not a bad job you made of them neither. You met S down in Honker's Alley, I sent her to pick up some stock for the winch, and do you know what she brought me back? Only a bottle of bleating Bacchus. Paid for it with her own pocket, she did. Thank me for saving her life. That's right, there was some backstory with those two, wasn't there? Because she's the head tavern wench or something. Don't know why she's so hung up about it. The girl's paid me back and 100 times over, with all her hard work over the years. Felt a bit bad accepting it, but, well, a bottle of Bacchus is a bottle of Bacchus. Okay, bro. Reckon it is you who should be thanking, anyway, for that marvelous display. All the ships in the harbor, the fire in the sky, each brought back memories. Some good, some bad, but every one of them well worth remembering. And we ain't done making them yet. You'll be off on your next adventure soon enough, I wager. Yeah, I'll start Dawn Trails at some point. Well, you can't rightly be striding out on an empty stomach now, can you? Come over the winch and we'll fill your belly. Sounds good to me. Is it free? Alright, let's do the next one. Your footsteps approaching, turn to see the head chief of the Bismarck. I forget who that is. Ah, okay, the Bismarck is the culinarian place. Or the restaurant. Well, 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 I could feel Lima's breath on me face, only to find the faintless besom whispering in the ear of another. How you been keeping, Brilliant? Wonder if this will appear, if this has appeared if you haven't done culinarian quests. Here we gotta thank you for the rising display. Yo-Yo's been singing her praises for Fisherman's Bottom to Coral Tower. What? Surprised I know her? Lim's is a small place, lass. Hardly a day goes by when I don't see a yellow jacket or several in the Bismarck. The risk really isn't the accent he should have, but whatever. Whether it's to sup on the finest food wine this side of the sea, or to clap irons for those who tap the casks a touch too thirstily. Whoops. Suppose an adventurer like you might have noticed. Always coming in, going as you are, but stick around the city for a while and you'll see. The jackets ain't just axes for hire. They're true friends of the common folk. Right. Yo-Yo was a retainer back before the calamity struck, you know? I wonder if that's actually true. Like if you could have hired her as a retainer or something. I forget, at one point retainers were a little weird. Like, because like the market, you literally had to place your retainers in an empty place in the physical market in order to actually sell something. Which is an insanely flawed approach, considering how many people there are going to be. Anyway. I don't think that's quite right, but it was, like, weird. Yo-Yo was a retainer before the calamity struck, you know? Her master had a thing for fireworks. Every time they came back with their wanderings, they'd load her down with an underweight of spouts and spinners, and they picked up from God's knows where, probably one of the vendors. Day and night, you'd see her down in the market ward, beaming that sunny smile of hers at every passerby, trying her damnedest to flog the stuff. Enjoyed the work, I reckon, but that down mud fell and she lost her master. Literally lost him, the way she tells it. It were as if the calamity burned an hole in her memory. Because we got wiped out of existence. And everybody forgot who we were. Okay. Couldn't remember their face nor their name. But she never forgot the fireworks. The amount of gunpowder that went through her hands over the years, she couldn't help learning a bit about making things go bang. An apprenticeship of the cannoneers later, and she was a yellow jacket. So when I heard they were the ones who put together in charge of the rising display, I knew she'd be the first to volunteer. The rising, the fireworks, they mean a lot to her. And as a friend, they mean a lot to me. So thank you. Yeah, that's the complete... I don't think that's the right accent I should be giving him, but that's the only accent I can do with this kind of talking. Anyway, next one is going to be Merit Web, right? Let's see, the... Yeah, the Admiral herself. Hello, Merriweb. Always nice to see you. Brilliant. Or this is a coincidence. Oh, no, it isn't, because I clicked the button for you to appear. Reiner was just telling me of the role you played in putting a display together. I'm sure all those who gathered to my city to witness it were as moved as I. A salute to all those who set sail for new adventures. It shall surely resound in their hearts, and give them strength and courage in the year to come. Everyone else was calling it the 12-month. Or are you calling it year? And salute to the fallen too, was it not? Many and more lost their lives in the fields of Cartanu, the men and women of the Black Sails chief among them. I thank you for giving those who survived them this chance to put their grief to more productive ends. I thank you for giving the celebrations an unmistakable touch of salt, too. This year's rising were not merely in Limbs of the Minza, but of her. I look forward to seeing how future host cities follow our example. Yeah, last year was Ul'dah, and I guess the previous year was Gridania? I forget. But for now, let us focus on the present. I'm sure I've kept you from your business far too long already, and I must return to mine. I must offer my prayers to the Navigator, I can never pronounce her name right, and be on my way. Probably shouldn't tell her that she's dead, but okay. Probably a bad idea. Fare you well, Brilliant. I wish you safe voyage for the year to come. May the Navigator's breath ever fill your sails. Yeah, well, I'm more of a Thaliak guy, so... Alright, we got 2 more to go. Next one should be Sicard, right? Or at least the... I don't remember. I don't know if this is correct or not, but it says acting captain, so I think it is Sicard. Yep. Where's your boyfriend? You know, Emmanuel. I mean, friend. If it isn't my old mate Brilliant. I can't remember how his voice sounds. I heard you had a hand in the fireworks, but I thought you'd be long gone by now. I'm glad you stuck around, though. Gives me a chance to thank you. And to tell you about how I'm going to propose to Emmanuel. I mean, what? For getting the executioners involved. Like, can't say you didn't run us ragged, getting the whole fleet loaded up with the 10 tons of fire sand and ready to sail at a moment's notice. But it was well worth it in the end. Aye, there's nothing a pirate enjoys more than a bit of old pyrotechnics. Well, ain't that the truth? Perfect send-off for shipmates past and present. Even got me in the guts, so did it. Most risings I spend in the bottom of a flagon, thinking of those we lost and salting my grog. But this salute's only gone and put the wind in my sails. I'm open anchor tomorrow in search of an island sanctuary of my own. Okay, I guess this doesn't appear unless you finish the island sanctuary story, which I actually finished recently. Unless this part is changed if you don't do that. Wish me luck, Brilliant, and may the Navigator's breath ever blow at your back. Okay, again, I'm not going to try reading her name, because I always read it wrong. Alright, 1 more to go. And now this one definitely doesn't appear unless you finished the... or at least started the Endwalker Alliance Rage. An explorer and his baby Oppo Oppo. Yep. It's, what's his name again? Derek, that's right. I knew it was you. I could tell from your bearing. Forgive me. It gladdens me that our paths should cross again, of course, and yet I find myself somewhat lost for words. Are you, well, what brings you here? A cryo minion? Is that so? I should have known. It was very much like you to help others fulfill their dreams. To bring life and light to the world. I always liked festivals, as did all my brethren, though the celebrations have taken diverse forms over the years. All brought smiles to the faces of our children, and in turn, us. Though it was our custom, nay, our duty to watch over you from the Phantom Realm. One among us was so drawn to the music and the merrymaking that he adopted a mortal form, and he might join in your revelry. Revelry. That's it. Revelry. Yeah, reveling. Okay. In every festival is imbued the hopes and dreams of mortal man. You implore the gods to listen to your pleas, and they hear you. They still do, except that they're all dead, but okay. Oh, is that the Navigator's stone? Till next our paths should cross. Ook, ook, ook. That was nice. I didn't expect to see him here. That's for sure. All right. Is this the Navigator's stone? Oh yeah, it is. I didn't know it was right here.